スタジオ3万
Hey folks, and welcome to episode 6 of the Chester Pride cast, talking all things Pride and beyond. This episode we'll be talking confessions and dilemmas that you've sent us in, and also your curious cats for the year end and into 2023. Before we begin, we'd just like to say the following content may contain strong language and adult material that may not be suitable for all audiences, so your discretion is advised. Any views or advice expressed on this podcast are the views of Chester Pridecast and do not necessarily represent the views and opinions of Chester Pride. Hey folks, can you believe it's episode 6 already?
Hello.
So it's Andrew in the host seat today, and this evening I have with me...
Wes? I'm taking a back seat on this one, thankfully.
Wow.
It's not like you.
Alright.
Well, not on holiday again. But hi, it's Jason. As if people know me. Hi, it's Jason.
And hi guys, it's Diana. I'm here again.
So unfortunately TJ isn't here today because I think he's had a little bit of an accident. He was supposed to be hosting, so it falls to me to take the place of him. So
Well, he told me what was wrong, and because he's not here, I'm just going to go with the narrative. It was irritable bowel syndrome.
But he's okay, he's fine. We wish him a speedy recovery.
No, we don't.
Well,
we finally got rid of him.
that's true actually. So, he constantly comes back with no demand.
I'll just be like, right, you host the episode. And
Yeah, and
he's
it's
fucked
gone.
off.
I mean, so as you may, it's either a downgrade having me host or it's an upgrade, whatever, we're going to take it. Unfortunately, our other friends are missing as well.
Yeah, so Carla's got the vid, how 2020.
Sending her
Yes.
all her love at this point. Also, at the time of recording, Jack's not here, our new friend Jack, because
Yeah,
it's
the
his
new host, Jack.
birthday.
Woo! Happy birthday,
Happy
Jack!
birthday, Jack.
Happy birthday. I mean, he's currently in Italy, so...
Oh my god!
I know.
But that's a good
I
birthday.
hope he's
Cruising
getting
in
absolutely mauled.
Cruising or cruising?
No, he's
On
on
a
a
ship.
cruise.
All right.
On a
He's
cruise.
cruising on a cruise
in Italy.
That's the narrative we're going with him then as well.
It's a lovely way to spend your 40th, is all I'm going. So, as I said, we are pre-recording this episode, so when it goes out, it'll be in
May.
It'll be in about a week's time-ish.
So
2 weeks' time.
So the Gooch of Christmas?
Yeah, so we're in
Is that
between
bit in
Christmas.
between?
Yeah.
Yes.
It's just to give us a bit of time to spend.
I was thinking of the Grinch then when you said the Gooch.
No, it's the Gooch. It's the Gooch. It's the Gooch of Christmas.
Yes.
Yeah.
Christmas, yeah.
In between the...
Yeah, between
Not
Christmas,
green.
whatever you want to call it. So either way, we'll do the whole thing. How was your Christmas?
Well, because it's pre-recorded, I'll insert my I loved it. It was amazing.
Yeah, I love Christmas. It's
and
great.
then Dan, you can use the no, sorry, it was shit.
Yeah, whichever one happened, it's fine. If some disaster happened, then at least
There
we
you go,
covered as
Dan.
well.
You can use that.
So episode 6, we've already done 6 of these.
Oh my god, it feels like so much long. Well, we were saying last week, didn't we?
Yeah.
It feels like we've been doing it for so long. I mean, it is like every 2 weeks. But Carla was
saying she thought it was every week.
Every
And we were
week.
like, sweetheart, no.
Girl, no, there's editing involved.
Well, it's been all fair.
Not bad.
It's edited down. We are probably talking for a good 2 hours.
Oh, yeah.
And then it gets edited right the way there. So
Yeah.
actually,
And
probably
censored.
is.
Censored. Heavily censored.
Heavily.
Redacted.
Redacted, yeah.
But it'll just be in a few years' time when everything else will come out in the wash. Yeah. So today we're doing confessions that have been sent in from the public, and also more curious cats and other bits and bobs to the end of the
Well, it's
year.
between Christmas and New Year, isn't it?
The
So it's
Gooch.
like the Gooch. Okay,
Gooch.
The Gooch.
Is that what the episode? Right.
That's what we're
The
calling it.
Gooch.
The Gooch.
This episode is going to be named
The Gooch of Christmas.
Yes.
There you go. But no, it's like getting rid of all the sins of the year and then manifesting the new for the new year. The Gooch. There you go.
The Gooch, yeah. I mean,
How many times have we said the Gooch now?
We're going to Marie Kondo all of the bad vibes and bring in
never
new
got into that
things.
show.
Me neither, but she's a cultural reference.
Yes. Yes.
I'll
So
do.
hip, so on it, so down with the kids, Diana. You really are.
So as a Christmas treat from us, we're going to deep dive into all your dirty little secrets.
Should we just
Nothing new.
Should we crack on then?
Yeah, go for the first one.
Do we want a confession or a curious cat?
Well, they're all from Curious Cat because they're all anonymous.
Yeah, but
so-
some of them are. Yeah, but I mean, some of them are confession/dilemma.
Well, we'll start with the first one. Always.
Oh God! Yeah, just randomly pick one now for you. Okay. So I consider myself a straight male, but after exploring with a friend and going all the way, I can't stop thinking about it and having a full-blown bi crisis.
Put it away.
Any advice you can give? P.S. I'm in a relationship with a girl.
Oh my God, how many times have I heard that? Honestly, we have so many, I'm doing my fingers now, straight men who come into our establishment and literally...
a few bevs, it's like TJ said, like spaghetti's...
Straight until you boil it.
Until you get it wet.
Yeah.
But they'll literally have their
And then
wife...
you put it in your mouth.
Yeah, but they'll literally have their wife or their girlfriend standing next to them and they're leaning over the bar and they're saying, will you, me? And I've got my husband
to
next to me as
you?
well. Yeah. And I've got my husband next to me as well. Yeah.
Oh
my God.
Yeah.
I mean,
well, what would we say to this person then?
Yeah.
Because it's like I said, I think he's having a bit of a bi crisis.
I think it's all to do with the individual circumstance, isn't it? I mean, the thing is everyone can have fantasies. Is it something they actually want to act on?
It, yeah.
Is it actually they want something that
they have acted on it. They've gone all the way. So
well, I mean, sometimes you've got to suck a bit of dick to find out whether you like it or not.
I'm all for that. I mean,
we know that.
Yeah. But it is a case of like, okay, well, you've acted on it now, and what did they say anything about it, or
can't stop thinking about it?
Can't stop thinking about it.
Oh well, I think it's more than just a phase or
Well,
a curiosity.
maybe so, but then it's like, well, how do you implement that now in your relationship?
Well, I would say it depends on what their relationship is like.
Well,
maybe they could have an open dialogue about it.
Yeah.
Because if I was a woman in a relationship with a guy, I'd be like, yeah, let's have an MMF.
But in the other sense, like I was in that situation where I was bisexual in the closet and I was with a girlfriend. I mean, she knows now, obviously. She knows now I'm a raging. But,
really?
raging. But she didn't know. I didn't want to rock the boat. And I kind of like did it afterwards. But I suppose if you're like committed in a relationship, you kind of need to live your authentic self regardless.
Yeah, if
you can't go through
monogamous,
life.
if you're saying it's a monogamous relationship, then you've got problems.
Yeah.
If you're in an open relationship, then whatever goes.
But we've said before, haven't we, how like some girls are pretty open to the idea of maybe
another
just like straight men are like that.
Yeah, straight guys, all of them want to have a threesome.
Girls are the same though with guys.
I suppose they feel it's less of a threat because it's not someone that's taking their patch.
But it's usually like
Well,
a straight guy would usually be like, "Oh no, I'm not having an MMF. That's disgusting me." But I mean, if it's
where was that?
From Manchester.
But if he's down for that, then I mean, yeah.
Well, it's more a case if she's down for that. But again, I guess it comes down to how trusting you in a relationship. How do you think they would react? You could test the waters like I did. I was like, so what do you think of XYZ people? And she was like, I'm all, supportive, but it's just not for me. I was like, okay, well, that shuts me up.
Yeah.
But, yeah, go on.
I think the thing is as well, like, it's a journey. We've all been on our journey already to find our authentic selves.
Yeah.
This person's journey has just started. A journey's got to start somewhere.
Yeah.
And this is it. Whoever's out there, and whoever this is, no one is going to be able to give you the correct answer. There's too many variables. That
unfortunately, we all have to go the hard way.
I think the most important thing is don't feel guilty about the sexual experience. Okay, if you're in a monogamous relationship and you shouldn't be cheating, then yes, that's something to be guilty about.
Yeah.
But never feel guilty about exploring your sexuality.
Oh yeah,
that's
something
you shouldn't.
Yeah. I mean, the next person actually kind of feeds quite well into that one. So, confession / dilemma. I still struggle with people knowing I'm bi, even though I came out 14 years ago. A lot of people in my family can't accept it and makes me think, how will others? But my New Year's resolution is to try to be more comfortable in my skin and stop caring what others think.
That's wonderful.
That's perfect.
So this person 14 years later is still having
that struggle.
So the first curious cat, takes
it's just happened there and then.
Yeah. And again, this is a journey. it'll have ups, it'll have downs, it'll have, forks in the road.
Yeah.
And no one is really going to be able to just give you the answer, unfortunately, looking for, because it's your journey, it's your story. How that unfolds is how it's going to.
Yeah.
No, I don't think anybody's story is ever truly the same. They can be similar.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, I think with this guy, I mean, it applies to both stories, but I think for this guy that's 14 years later and he's got family that's still struggling to accept him, it's like, my experience, it's, if you don't add value to my life, then you won't, you're not lucky enough to be in it.
Yeah.
Exactly.
They need to accept you, or just, it's a them problem, basically.
I think that the thing is unless you're, it's going to sound so prejudiced, but sorry, but unless you're straight, you will always, every single one of us, from gay, trans, bisexual, pansexual, whatever, because we do not have the same basic structure in society that supports us, supports our lifestyles, supports how we view life, like when you're straight, because the whole structure of society is still very, very much supportive of that. Everyone experiences that. Everyone's got experience not being accepted. So I think the main thing that this person needs to know is you're not on your own.
Well, no.
And there's a lot of people that are experiencing the same thing, but if you can find other people that are experiencing the same thing, you can mutually support each other.
Well, I was about to say, maybe find someone who either has experienced the same thing or, like him, is a bisexual person to confide in.
Maybe they could come together. The two different curious cats.
Then, wait, we're talking the first person, we're talking the second person.
No, both
of them, they can come together.
We don't know, well, hang on a sec, we know the first one is
Actually,
male.
no, we can't.
We don't know the second one is
Oh, no, we
a he or
don't.
a she
Oh.
or a they or something.
Well, they're both bisexual, so...
Yeah,
that
it doesn't
doesn't
matter.
still. No, okay.
I'll say, when it comes to family, I found that exposure to, queerness and your sexuality or your gender or whatever, for family can sometimes, maybe it's weird to them, at first, or when offhand it comes up, when usually it wouldn't. But if you normalise it for exposure...
if you expose them more to... Not like, I'm a bi man, this is what I do. But, just the community even. Because there's so much that the community do as well, and in culture. If you expose your family to that and be like, look, this is just part of who I am.
This is the world.
Yeah.
I think as well that there's more exposure for the queer community and queer culture out in mainstream media than there was, say,
certainly.
when
30 years
I
ago.
was growing up as well. There's a lot more awareness. It could be better. We agree on that, but we are still seeing, we're seeing trans actresses and actors. We're seeing queer non-binary. Emma Darcy, for example,
Well, Kit Connors just won was it an Emmy or a BAFTA? I think
Has he?
Yeah.
I love Kit Connors.
But he's come out as bi.
Yeah.
He was forced to by media, but that's a moot point. But shouldn't have happened. At the end of the day, he's an 18-year-old who was forced out of the bi closet.
Yeah.
But the community is just yeah, cool, great.
Yeah.
Another recruit.
But that's it. It's kind of if you normalise it so much that when someone does come out, it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Because that's what I think a lot of people struggle with is the impending doom of everyone's going to treat me different. Everyone's going to be like, well, it's not like that. If you can just be like, yeah, so what? Cool.
What I was going to say was Emma Darcy, for example, so House of Dragon, who plays, the lead character. Yes, she's playing a woman, but her, that's
She's
the
not
portrayal.
binary,
So they are playing a woman, so they are playing a her, but they are a they. And if you look at Olivia Cook, it's very good because in interviews, she's not misgendered or
them
at all.
That's
Olivia
lovely.
Cook has been hot on it, and it's just it's just there's more representation for such a a program such as that where it's going to be seen, and that's what they've done. I just think there is more,
especially behind the scenes, because there's been a lot, like you said, that's not been on the show.
Yeah,
where they have been interviewed, and it is very much this is who I am.
Yeah, exactly.
I love who I am.
And they are a fantastic role model.
Oh, definitely.
For the community. They really are. Okay, so we'll move on to the next one.
I hope those help, by the way. It's a bit long-winded, but I hope that helps.
My girlfriend and I broke up this year, and I started seeing somebody soon after. How long after you break up is fine to start seeing somebody
God,
else?
it all depends on the individual and the
How
type
long's
of
a piece of
relationship.
string?
It depends on what you mean. Like, seeing somebody, you can start seeing somebody whenever you want. I think, maybe do they mean, like, how soon is it too soon to start officially dating?
Yeah,
Yeah, exactly.
Like I said, how long's a piece of string? At the end of the day, it's like, I think I've mentioned it previously. I'm not gonna go harping on about it, but it was kind of like. Shut.
Thank God.
But it was like, I don't want the person that I'm now seeing to feel like the rebound. So I personally...
Oh, did you really soon?
Well, it was
else?
quite soon after. Again,
How
similar to-
soon?
If you want to know, just go back and listen to like episode.
Yeah.
Which episode
Three.
was it?
But again, it's a case of
It's a two.
whatever you feel's right for you.
Yeah, fuck it. It's your decision.
Exactly.
It's your
Yeah.
life.
You've got that
it's your
person out of
story.
your life for a
Yeah.
reason. Move on.
Well, are they though?
Well, yeah, they broke up during the year.
They broke up.
But if they have children,
Have they
if
gone
have-
no
you know what I mean? They could have
contact?
contact
Have they
connections.
blocked
Again,
each other on everything? Are they
I mean,
roommates?
This is a
Yeah.
sentence, not.
It's a sentence.
Yeah, I know, but this is what I'm saying.
So this is again, it's all down to the personal story.
I guess they're just after the general answer, not a real question.
I suppose
All right.
I see where you're coming from.
You know,
It's
yeah,
a case
yeah.
of if they were living together, were they married?
Yeah,
Did they have a
there's-
mortgage?
there's variables,
There's
yeah.
things
Yeah.
to consider.
There's no
like-
actual answer.
You've
Yeah,
got to have like
unfortunately.
some level of respect for somebody that you were like so close with that you got together
Unless
with
they're a
at some
cheating
point.
bastards.
Well, again, that's another variable.
And on that, but also on that, yes,
Respect
but
yourself
if
as
you if you fall out of love with somebody 6 months before
You've
Yeah.
already
then
mentally
broken
got
up
rid
with
of
them.
them.
Oh
You know
yeah.
what I mean? So that's what those things to think about. Like,
Yeah.
if you're the person who ended the relationship, you ended that relationship 6 months ago.
Yeah.
So if you start dating somebody in 6 months' time, actually it's been a year.
Yeah, exactly.
You've been
Yeah.
preparing yourself.
And what if you ended that relationship because you fell in love with somebody else?
Well,
Yeah.
that's the thing.
Again.
It could be that.
It
That's
could be
the case
that.
in this,
So basically, there's no answer.
No, but
But we wish you well.
they used to say to grieve, it would be half the time in which you
Yeah.
were with them.
Oh,
That used to be,
Yeah.
yeah.
Oh.
Half the
You just
I was
thought-
just-
whole month for you.
No, I
We're
was
sort
just
of 10
thinking.
years or 15 years. Shine on.
5. Well, if
That's
it's
7
10
years.
Yeah,
So
but I always
5
say
years.
the best way to get over someone's get onto someone else.
It's not worth it.
Slap.
The former slags.
Oh god. Yeah, it's all dependent on the person, isn't it? But like I said, it just.
I wouldn't feel so guilty. If you're happy now, then that's
That's all that
Oh
matters.
yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely.
Yeah.
And if that person had, love for you, then hopefully they'll just be happy that you're happy.
I doubt it.
No,
probably not.
When you're
Just-
the person
oh,
who's been dumped.
Maybe, do some protective charms.
Yes.
If you're going to go public on Facebook.
Yes.
Yeah.
If you're the person who's been dumped, it does fucking hurt.
Yeah.
When you see,
Sorry.
and then you're like,
I want.
are they pretty than me?
Yeah.
Are they the person than me? Everybody has had that moment. Okay, the next one is a confession.
Ooh.
I, in my youth, was caught watching porn on the family computer. Been there.
I mean, who don't?
Oh, Dad, will you stop writing into the program, please?
In a blind panic.
Writing it, you showing your age there.
He wrote in, didn't he? Or is this a recording, is it? Correspondence. Yes, correspondence.
Can we start again?
Right. Okay.
Sorry, come on.
I, in my youth, was caught watching porn on the family computer. In a blind panic, I couldn't minimise the screen, so I turned the computer off. My mum, of course, knew what I would. My mum, sorry.
My mama.
My mama knew what I was up to. The dread. I mean,
We've all been there.
Oh,
Yeah.
gosh, yeah.
all been there.
And to be fair though, that's how my brother found out I was bi.
Oh.
Because it was kind of like, da-da-da, and he like came up behind me, and of course,
Yeah.
something
Someone was
on the
coming in
screen.
front of you.
Yeah.
I mean, one of the joys.
I mean, it wasn't porn; it was MSN, but it was like there was a guy I was chatting to.
Not S&M.
Sorry, that's my
I know,
brother.
yeah, I went S&M and there was like...
I
MSN.
was on M&S.
I knew. I was looking at sensible socks and knickers.
That just shows the difference between you two. You're going M&S.
Yeah.
He's going S&M.
I'm just
Well, same thing, isn't it?
I'm so good at that. But the good thing was actually because when I was growing up, computers were
Not invented.
not well.
It was an abacus.
I was at school in the early noughties, so computers were.
It was very much a family computer. As well.
Yeah.
And that's
I was going to school in the 70s.
But because I was having IT lessons,
you knew more than your mum.
Yeah.
Oh, yes. So you knew how to
Internet
delete and how to hide things and stuff like that.
Nice.
So yeah.
So I had something different. So I didn't have internet on my laptop because again, it was of the age when Wi-Fi wasn't a thing. Still.
It's just played solitaire.
It was dial-up internet.
The most exciting thing was
So-
the pack.
By the time it dials up, you're finished, don't you?
Well, that's it. Well, no. So I did. So this is kind of a confession from me. So I would get like a couple of floppy disks, download a couple of images onto them, run upstairs, put them in my laptop, and then that's how I did it.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
What happened to the floppy
disk porn.
disks?
Floppy.
I remember a VHS porn.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
And I remember under the counter stuff. That was a brilliant. There used to be a shop in Rill, and it was like down the side street, and it was a pawn shop, but it wasn't hardcore stuff. And you'd go in and you'd stand there, and they think, "Have you got any things in the back, mate?" And it's like,
Oh, that's brilliant.
Oh, it was so brilliant. But do you know what? It made it more sexy. It made it more sexy
'Cause it was, like,
naughty
dangerous.
and dirty. Yeah, dirty. Yeah.
Oh, the way we were.
I think we can all relate to that.
Yeah,
one.
100%.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Confession. Oh my god, this is a lengthy one.
That's what I said last night.
Oh, let's go now.
Oh, Jesus, this is just getting ridiculous. Now, this is why we probably won't. This is why we probably won't have a season 2. Right, confession. One Sunday morning, my girlfriend and I decided to hop on the good foot and do the bad thing. Nookie. Too hot under the covers. So they were ditched. Now, usually her mum knocks on the door for obvious reasons.
Are you okay?
Do you know this person?
But neglected to it on this occasion. Fortunately, she couldn't see her daughter because, unfortunately for her, she got a full sight of my bare arse. She quickly ran out shouting, "I only wanted to know if you wanted what you wanted for breakfast." My girlfriend shouted, "Just go away."
I wanted you to say my girlfriend shouted, "She's just had it."
Well, needless to say, the moment was ruined when she came up with our breakfast. Nothing short of the Great Wall of China between us. What's going on here? She handed me mine and handed hers in total silence. She said, "Mum, where's my sausage?" She said, "I'll never forget this to this day. I think you've had enough sausage for one." Don't you? Pissed myself laughing.
Oh my god.
Wow.
Oh, brilliant.
That's iconic.
That's quite embarrassing. But, I mean, well done on the mum for comedy humour.
I know,
Good props for the comedy humour. So, I mean, I do remember...
I think that's the best way to deal with it, though.
My partner and I, an ex-partner and I many years ago...
Is this your confession?
Yeah.
Yes.
So we were having a little bit of fun, and then there was a little bit of... I got cum in my eye. And
That's just
Oh, it burns!
Oh, it's terrible.
But then obviously,
all been
we were
there.
staying at my mum's at the time, and she's like, "Oh, your eye looks red. Is everything okay? Do you want me to go get you some drops?" So she goes to get some drops and puts some drops in my eye. And
that's
my
sweet.
partner's sitting there eating his breakfast,
Creasing.
pissing himself laughing because he's like...
See, at that point, do you admit to that or just say pink eye?
No, so my mum knows this story, so that's what I'm trying to say. Shout out to Denise. Hi,
Denise.
Hi. And so she's very aware of this story. I told her about it 5 years later about it all. So yeah, we've all been there at some point.
Well, I remember it wasn't my first proper boyfriend, and we were having sex in the afternoon because his mum used to work at a school, so she was like dinner lady, so she was at the right timing. But for some strange reason, she decided to finish her shift early, and as we were like literally full on in the bedroom, everything, suddenly we heard the front door go, and I thought, oh shit. Bollock Nick. Well, you can say it. Bollock Nick.
You can say the word
I said
naked.
whatever. Not Bollock Nick, is it?
That's fine.
So I jumped up off the bed, and my jeans were on the floor with the zip sticking upwards. I stood on the zip. It went straight through my foot. Blood.
Blood everywhere.
You know the zip thing, the metal thing. You know
That bit?
That bit.
The pulley bit on the zip.
Yeah.
Was sticking up and it went straight
It's
into
like
my
standing
foot.
on Lego.
Yeah.
You must have stood.
Yeah,
Well, that's what I'm saying, that's
I
a
jumped
lot of
off
fall.
the bed.
Jumped off the bed and landed.
Okay.
So literally blood pissing everywhere, right? And his mother decided to not, just come into the house, go to the kitchen. She's tried to come upstairs. Oh, saying his name, won't say his name, because saying his name, shouting, what don't you like? So the last thing I could think about was quickly wrap the thing. She didn't know he was dating me at the time. Right? Wrap the sheet around myself, right, like this, not realising that...
Toga.
A toga, yeah, like a toga and everything like that. And the thing was, thank God, she was very, very dizzy.
Yeah.
And as she came in, my ex turned around and said to her, "Oh, we're just, trying something out." To which she went, "Oh, you look absolutely fabulous." She wrapped around me, so not seeing all the blood.
We're doing a Greek play.
Yeah.
It's look. I think this is happened to so many people.
Yeah.
I've had an ex's mum come home when we literally just finished, and then she comes home. Hello, and I'm upstairs. He's like, "God, don't talk to her." He runs into the bathroom to go and have a chat. I'm like,
What am I going to do?
so I'm going
Go and talk.
like downstairs, like fixing my hair. Like, hiya, you're right. Like, oh yeah, I don't know where. Blah blah. Just having a shower. I'm red and flustered.
Oh no, it's the worst.
It is. I'm like,
Because it's the look.
bitch.
It's the look.
You
of
can
sin.
tell
Yeah.
because
You can
all the
smell it.
makeup
Yeah.
from my nose down to my neck is gone. It's gone, and I'm like blotchy.
I wonder why.
My fringe is like stuck to my forehead.
Everyone's standing around you going, "Shame."
Yeah.
Shame.
Honestly, oh.
You can tell.
You
Oh,
can.
it's bad.
And
Yeah,
there's a
I've got-
smell as well. And I don't want the
Yes.
smell.
Oh no.
No, it's not always come. It's not always come. is it?
Linden
Right.
trees.
Linden trees.
See, I've got a story when I was living in Chester. I mean, this is back in her days. But I was
Like cowboys.
I met a guy, and because he was out on a night out, and he was obviously a bit tipsy. And he came and was like, "Do you want to?" I was like, "Yeah, go on. I live in town. Come meet me." Blah 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 blah.
Where was that accent from? Sorry, I got a thing for accents.
From Chester.
Elvis.
Then he says straight accent. Blah, 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 blah. Anyway, so he comes in, and bear in mind, my housemates don't know about my sexuality.
Right.
Yeah, so I kind of sneak
And how old
upstairs.
were you at the time? 30.
Well, I'm not going to say age because that'll distinguish where I was when I was. Anyway, so we get down to stuff.
Okay.
Let's
No,
get
well,
down
not
to
not full
business.
way. So we start stuff, and because he drank a lot of prosecco,
No!
he was like, I need to go to the toilet quick. So he ran. He was still in boxers, so he ran to the bathroom.
Oh, I thought you were going
My
to say
housemate
throw
was
up.
like, "Who was that? And why is he like? Why is he nearly naked?" I was like,
I think we have a ghost.
"Well, I know I styled it out. So, to this day, it's probably the cleverest." I went, "Well, he was sit down himself, so he had to take his clothes off." And then run to the bathroom to finish.
Do you have to get an erection when you're sick?
Yeah, I was going to say.
I was hanging round the door.
Just fuck.
But
My brain
anyway,
goes, it was a ghost or burglar.
burglars in his boxers.
me.
Yes.
Somebody must have broken in.
Let's go hit him with a
He was
bat.
stealing clothes because he was naked.
Yeah. So he runs into the bathroom and he's literally in there for like half an hour. And by now, my housemate's like, "Look, I need to get a shower. I'm going to work." And I'm like, I have a half-naked man in the bathroom.
Why?
Being sick everywhere.
Oh, was he being sick?
Yeah.
Oh.
So then I got him clothed and I was like, "Look,
Put it on the doorstep for collect.
this is obviously finished now.
Yeah.
I will take you home because you are paralytic." And he's like, "No. I'm like, "No, just tell me where you live." Da, da, da. Probably the worst mistake ever because on the way home, he threw up all in my car and down the side of it as well.
Oh no.
So, not only was I blue balls,
Yeah.
I now had to clean my car. Of all
No!
the sex.
Oh, that
But he
is so
put-
rough.
To be fair to him, though, we did put a tenner in my glove compartment, like, to get it cleaned. I'm like, "Oh, thank you."
Anna.
And that
I'm not that cheap.
is my favourite engagement story ever.
Wow.
Look at that look.
Sorry, no,
Look at that look.
stop.
Look at the look. It's not the look he was giving you.
And that Wes is how I met your mother.
No, to be fair, well, I got home and my housemate was like, "You're cleaning the bathroom."
Yeah, fair enough. That's fair.
And because he was in there for an hour, I was like, "What
He
are
was
you
in
doing?"
there for an hour?
Yeah, he eventually was in there for an hour. I was like, "What are you doing?" He's like, "I'm trying to clean up." He didn't do a good job.
Oh.
But you don't when you're drunk, do you?
No.
You've not got it all, and then you get the next one, you're like,
I got nothing.
Not at all.
I just spread it around.
Yeah.
So there, me and Jason have done our confessions. Well, you've done one, so we need one after.
Oh, yes.
Oh, see, I don't know what's like PG enough to compare.
Well, I've just
It
explained.
can be edited. It can be edited.
Sex.
Okay. Well, you're gonna have to talk about something.
Okay,
else
we'll do
first.
some more.
That's so many.
Yeah.
We'll come back. Okay, next one. Confession. Hi, Chester Pridecast. Firstly, love the podcast and would love to get your thoughts on this. I
Love you too.
Thank you so much, by the way.
I was recently sent. Oh, sorry, I just read ahead. I was recently sent a video of a guy pleasuring himself up close and personal, living his best life.
Diva.
However, he had an inspirational speech playing alongside it. I don't know if I should cringe or be impressed. He's trying to make me feel good in more ways than one.
So he was just listening to like.
Confidence.
Oh my god, no, right. Do you remember in the car the little cassette tapes, the affirmations?
You are wonderful.
You are powerful.
beautiful.
You are capable.
Straight away, my brain went to Baz Luhrmann and sunscreen.
Oh, I love that!
Wanking off to Baz Luhrmann. It's like, don't smoke. Living in a city, but I'm gonna come and do wear sunscreen.
Oh, no.
Wow.
That's where my brain
But
went. Inspirational.
Oh, love it.
I was thinking of
Yeah, that is
auto-hypnosis.
I would cringe.
That was quite cringe.
I probably would. I mean, really inappropriate, but I would tell everybody.
Well, they are. They're telling all of
Tell the
us.
world.
Look at this.
You show Pete that's cheeky. I do find it weird. Sometimes I'll be watching porn and like the song.
Watch porn.
Yeah.
Doesn't watch porn.
The music that they'll have on in the background. It's just like something really random and unsexy.
I wouldn't know. I've never watched porn, so I don't know
Oh,
anything
yeah.
about this. This is all new to me.
No,
all
my
the
day and age was all
magazines
shadow
all done
puppetry.
But I do remember the ones a friend of mine got sent a video of the guy wanking, actually. showed me. My first thought
Are you
was...
sure this wasn't a friend? This
No,
was just
no,
you?
this was a
My friend.
No, it was actually a friend. Because when she showed me, my first thought I went, I don't like his bedding.
Oh, you're so good.
She's like, I know. That was
The in. You got the in.
Shitty bedding.
Oh,
And
yeah.
I was like, I'm not shaking in that.
You know you're getting older when you're like, that's a really nice set in the background.
And he had the shittest lamp
I've
ever.
done
It was
that.
like a plastic light bulb.
Yeah.
This is about 10 years ago, by the way. But yeah.
He's
yeah,
dead now.
Shitty.
Yes.
And I'm like, are you going to sleep with him? She said, not in that bedding. No.
No.
They took her off.
I think
I
this
agree with
is-
her.
Has anyone seen them?
It looked a lot like your shirt, actually. Like
This
a
is my
plaid.
Christmas shirt.
You
Thank
dressed
very
up as
much.
well, didn't you? Because we were supposed to be videoing, weren't
Yeah, we were supposed to be filming it, so
Thank God
shock
you
horror. But no, has everyone's seen the "Not in front of my salad" video?
Yeah.
You've not seen it?
I told you, I very rarely
Oh, come on!
in the
It's not even
internet.
for the porn fact.
No, you
it's
watch
just-
it because it's like a meme.
It's so
Yeah.
funny.
What is a meme?
What is a
God.
meme?
What is a meme?
I'm not gonna explain it.
Yeah, but everyone's seen the "Not in front of my salad" video. If you haven't,
Oh my!
I recommend googling
Watch
it.
it. Watch it. My
Yeah,
favorite.
so basically, there's two guys.
Spoiler.
Yeah, spoiler. So there's a woman, and she's eating her lovely salad.
Yeah.
And they're on the other side
Kind
of
of
the
salad
kitchen
is it?
island, like, going at it, and then she just, like, miraculously finds them doing it and goes, "Not in front of my salad." It's I mean, I don't do it justice, but
There's
it's so funny.
There's a little clip that Emma Stone did actually, where she was playing the background actress, and she's playing the background actress on a gay porn shoot, and it was like,
Yes, I've
it's
seen it.
It's a comedy thing, and
Right.
she walks in on her husband having sex with her godson, and she tries to find the character. It's like it's very good, and yeah.
Oh,
It's
you're
like
gonna have to
she's
send me
stressed because
that.
of her job. Is she like...
Gerard, she called her name's Gerard, but she says Gerard. She's very, very good. Right, moving on. Confession. I fantasize about other people during sex, and this helps me to get off. I feel terrible, but the lack of foreplay means this is the only way I can. My New Year's resolution is to take notice of my feelings in the situation and not discount them to make others happy.
Wow.
Sweetheart.
Talk with your partner and get more foreplay.
Yeah, absolutely. And don't feel
Or
bad.
kick him to the curb.
Wow.
I think we've briefly mentioned before, you know, when you... sex isn't always about penetration. Sex can be about many things and many aspects of intimacy.
Gags.
I think if you're wanting more foreplay...
Well, we were talking more about sides. Like
sides.
Exactly.
Sides.
All sides.
Sides.
No,
Sides. I thought you said sides.
SIDE.
So it's not all about that. And if you want more foreplay, it's a case of maybe have a night that is about you doing foreplay on them. It's, because then that will maybe encourage you, and then you go, oh, it's my turn next time, and then it's a way of trying it, I suppose. And
Okay, so for
I've done it. I've started with
devil's advocate,
doing massage.
you've tried everything.
yeah, you need to have a conversation, and then
Well then, yeah, I think at that point you would need to have that conversation.
there's me trying to give a little bit of
positive
what
hope.
are you trying?
Yeah.
You know,
No, I
feel
think
confident
that's...
talking about this
Yeah,
in straight
exactly.
away.
Yeah.
It's kind of building up, because at least you can look back and you can say,
I
well, no,
tried.
actually, do you remember that night that I tried to encourage
Yeah.
more foreplay, and we only did foreplay? Sex is off the table, penetration's off the table, it's just about foreplay.
It's like I said in the last episode. Like I've got a friends who exclusively do oral.
Yeah.
They think foreplay and oral is more.
Yeah, exactly.
It fits more with their relationship. They're happier for it.
It's all about
It's more
penetration.
romantic.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
always
exactly.
about
It's not all about that, but I guess in this circumstance, I would have a conversation.
I mean, my worry is that this person fantasises about people who are not sexy, just like really random celebrities that are just there. You know,
Oh my
like-
god, I've just thought of my
Like, I
confession.
can't help but fantasise about Rowan Atkinson without. That's the only way I can
With
get off.
Teddy.
Do you know what I mean? As this to be only exclusively. Like, is that
Oh my God.
like, or Mary Berry saying "soggy bottom" in the corner of the room is the
Soggy
way.
bottom.
You know.
Microwave.
Yeah, well, exactly.
No, that is
I mean, I'm not,
sexy, it
I'm
is
not
sexy.
diminishing at all what this person's going through, but also at the same time, my fucked up brain just went, oh my god, who are they fantasising?
Well, what if it's someone they know, though?
Ooh, that's a thing.
Something just really, really generic.
Yeah.
Like,
Just Bob.
just,
Bob down the street.
Yeah.
just, your mate's dad or something.
Yeah.
Oh, who hasn't? Oh, sorry. My
Sorry,
mate's dads
you
are
were
really.
gonna say that.
My mate's dads are really.
I know, I just wanted to say before on that thing, as like, nobody's
in the thing.
nobody's sex life is made worse by like being honest about what
And
you want.
communicating.
Really, that is
Yeah.
actually, that's a really good point.
Nobody's sex
It can
life.
only get better, really.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or you reveal the truth and you move on.
Yeah.
You've got to be like your own advocate for what you want, like in intimacy, because they can't read your mind. I think I learned this when I was quite young about like relationships and sex and stuff. And I just always would catch myself being like, why doesn't he understand what I want?
Well, I seen in a podcast.
They can't read your mind.
Shock horror. I watch other podcasts.
You traitor.
Well,
You watch on YouTube.
it was on TikTok. But anyway,
There are other podcasts.
there are other podcasts. that
Who?
were
Where?
hours.
They're cancelled.
And she basically said, it was a drag, I can't remember her name, but she said, someone will always say their honest thoughts in the heat of an argument.
Oh,
Because
yeah, I've heard.
It builds up,
Yeah.
and then they just vomit what they've been thinking for however long.
If there's been something like
Listen to
hanging
what they're
on
saying,
you.
yeah.
Bubbling.
Listen to what they're saying, but it also means like, and I've said this to my partner. It's like, why, if when we fight sometimes, I'm like, no, it's normal, it's healthy for a relationship.
Yeah.
Because you can't move along and grow without it.
Yeah.
I mean, I know I've gone off on a tangent on relationship, but it's true. It's like, you need to get all that built up, like, out.
Yeah.
And sometimes, if that means it's in an argument,
Too right.
so be it.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then you have amazing makeup sex.
Sex.
Yeah, exactly. So yeah, I think for this person, it's communication. If it turns into an argument, let it turn into an argument.
Don't kill each
But
other.
have great hate sex then if you can't.
Yeah.
Right. The next one is a dilemma. Poly interests me. However, I don't think I could personally handle it.
Okay.
The separating my time between partners, like what do you do when it comes to Christmas, holidays abroad, weekends away, it's hard enough at times with one partner, and I bet it costs a bloody fortune.
True.
Yeah.
I have a point on this, right? So they're seeing all these things about it being two different people as like a negative. But if you think about it, how many times did you want to make plans with a partner of yours and you've not been able to because they couldn't make it because
Not
they
only
were
that,
busy.
in this
Economy
and crisis we're in, 3 incomes to a house.
in a house, fabulous.
And only one bed.
Yeah.
You keep warm, especially in the winter
7, 8.
now.
Yeah.
I mean, I suppose it's something that's never really thought about, isn't it? I suppose do you buy equal?
I mean, yeah.
I've always
Secret Santa.
That is brilliant.
There you go.
You've just nailed it.
I literally.
But that's if it's poly and everybody is aware, and that's the thing. Is it that
everyone's
involved?
Oh, there is a big
separate?
difference
That's the
between
thing. Well, there's
poly
like
relationships
those-
where it's like a couple and
Wanting to
there's
shag
other
everything,
people
There's so
that
many
only
different
interact with each other.
combinations. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
So-
if you look on that, I mean, I can't remember the names of them all, but there's like 10, 20 different variations of polyamorous that like you could have a boyfriend and a girlfriend, they don't interact, but then those have someone else, and you'd have a whole network of people.
Yeah.
But then again, it's logistically, how do you?
Yeah, but then if you don't interact with those people, you're not going to.
Well, no, I mean just generally, like coming back to polyamorous relationships, like it's if you're into non-monogamous sex, which a lot of people are, if you're swingers, open relationships, whatever. The thing is with sex, because it is such a sensual and emotional, yeah, exactly. There is potential that you could catch feelings for someone.
Yeah,
so if you do engage in that kind of sex, there is that risk.
Yeah,
but I think that you've got to be realistic and say,
but again,
that's
it comes
something
down
you
to
have to deal with.
communication.
Yeah.
It does come down because if you say to your partner, "Look, I'm really feeling these things for this person. What do you think?" Again, it's a whole conversation.
I think as soon as you open up that door, you've got to be prepared what you're opening the door
Yeah, you've
to.
got to have a pretty strong couple.
Oh yeah, definitely. But again, it comes down to logistics. I mean, what do you say to your family? Because I know we've given the advice to the guy who's bi about his family. Fuck them, you live your best life. But it does come down to like the logistics of a life. Because I guess, and then I'm going a bit of a tangent here. Lives have been so put to us as a man and a woman.
Yeah. What is it called?
I know what you mean. It's like the family life.
Yeah.
It's the nuclear family.
Nuclear family,
Nuclear family.
2 kids and a dog, just like
exactly.
God
So
said.
you've been drilled into thinking this
We're back
way
onto a different
for how many generations? Well, not all relationships are like that, especially when it now comes down to like non-binary people.
Oh yeah.
And I think especially with the LGBT community, because you don't have, or very, very often you don't have that thing of children being involved.
Sure.
You can explore these other things that,
Yeah. Well, if you've not got that huge thing taking up all this time in your life, then
you've got more time and money for yourself.
Yeah. I mean, my brain is thinking now, if you...
Bob down the street again.
Imagine you are in a poly relationship with Bob from down the street.
Yeah.
Aye.
And then there's like a whole situation, like there's an argument, right?
That's another.
Do you know what I mean? It's like, whose side do you want? I mean, as in, if it's something household argument, it's a case of...
Well, who's right and who's wrong?
Yeah, exactly. I think it's all about ground rules again, isn't it?
But you can always guarantee the third person will be like, right, I either need to take a side or they're going to expect me to take a side.
Exactly. Yeah.
You are absolutely in that situation.
I
could
be
not
like,
say I'm not taking a side.
But why didn't you back me up?
If I was in a
back me up?
throuple and somebody was like, I'm not taking a side, I'd be like, yes, you fucking are! Exactly. Even if it's against me, at least say something.
And then before you know it, you're on your own side.
You're now in the argument.
You're now on the other side of the argument, and they've got the same side.
Yeah, they've gone against you now.
Yeah, but
at least this two against one.
In this situation, I would just go, right, you sort it out. I'm going to the cinema or something on my own.
Or you go, right, idea. I think we need to add someone else into this.
So
And then just keep increasing it until everyone.
Yeah, or okay, now we'll keep constantly going to deadlock. Things like this, aren't we? So, I think we need to bring another person into the relationship.
So it's like 30 people in a
and
castle.
there's nothing wrong with that.
Isn't that called an orgy?
If it's all love.
Wow.
If it's all love.
Love is love.
But is still not sorted,
is it
so they're
love?
going
It's
down to
lust.
Well, yeah, that's all. Right, last dilemma.
Okay.
I'm not happy where I live. Literally, hate living in the same area I grew up. You have no strings but one. And you want to move to a different location to try out city life. The only thing stopping me is my partner. They have a good job. They treat them amazingly well. They keep getting promotions and pay rises. They're bored, but they are bored in their work. But I've never heard of a job being so nice to their employees. The move isn't commutable. But what are your thoughts on this situation?
That's tricky.
That is tricky. It's what do you shift one form of happiness for a different type of and I'm sorry, but the grass isn't always greener. I'm not being funny. The grass isn't always greener, and the idea of living somewhere else, quite often for a lot of people, is an excuse for something that they're missing in themselves. You can sometimes find an awful lot in your life within you and within your own personal things without having to move house and home. Yeah, you know what I mean. I think it's.
Well, on the devil's advocate, there, it's also like they're saying, I've lived here my whole life, and if you want to be city living, and they clearly live in the country then, because if they want city life compared to where they are.
But at the same time, if you think people may classify. I mean, technically Chester's a city, but it's not a city like it's a town. Manchester.
Well, look at Wrexham, that's just become a city, and that's not.
I mean, my thing with this is a bit like, I feel like maybe
are they trying to get away from their family?
But you're but no, hang on. I feel like, are they just so they want to move, but then they have this sort of get out clause because they're slightly blaming their partner to say, well, we can't go anywhere because of your job. Because this job's so amazing. Yeah. He was not going to find another job like that. So, you're craving for your happiness. Like Jason said, you need to look at, well, actually, what makes you happy? Yeah. Because, okay, on one side, you're sacrificing your happiness for stability of your
possible happiness.
Yeah. So then it's a case of, well, then you've not got happiness, have you? So are you using your partner as a reason not to take the leap of faith and jump?
Oh, yeah.
I mean, the thing is as well, obviously what we're talking about here is, because it is Pridecast, will be an LGBTQ.
Maybe.
It could be an ally.
Yeah, it could be an ally.
Could be an ally, yeah.
I mean, what
did they not like with you?
What about a compromise? Why can't you move to the next close city? I mean, unless you live in the hills, which, I can understand the perspective then.
Get a bike.
Maybe the other person can commute to work, you know what I mean? Or but they're saying as well that the partner's bored in their job, so why not use it as an excuse to maybe excite his life a little more and move away?
If you put your practical head on at the moment, a job like that comes along once in a lifetime. He keeps getting promotions and pay rises and all of that.
And is well looked after. Very, very difficult job to find.
Definitely. So, and especially in the current crisis where, they're bored, but they're getting paid a good wage.
But it just shows, doesn't it, how these companies do retain their staff because of benefits.
And then, and then you become, before you know it, you're like, oh, I'll only be here 5 years. Here's your carriage clock.
Yeah.
But the thing is, I mean, in this day and age, I mean, you can travel, you can go on holiday. If they're in a secure job, then obviously they're financially secure, so they could experience the world together. They could... you don't have to move somewhere to have a fuller life.
I suppose that's probably a good
compromise.
Is go travelling a bit more to city stays.
Go and stay at a Premier Inn at the weekend.
Have dirty weekends work.
Yeah,
but you made a good point in the sense that so they have a good job, they're looked after, everything like that. So if you move to a big city, they're not going to have that good, amazing job.
No, life's going to be really hard.
Exactly. Your lifestyle is going to completely fall apart.
Well, we don't know what this person's job is, so they may be
do nothing.
Yeah. Well, in which case, stay where you are.
Shut up.
You're being provided for.
Or have a poly relationship.
But, we only know one side of this.
That's it. I mean, if you want to elaborate on it, by all means.
And they're saying the only thing stopping me is my partner has a good job.
Maybe if it's that important to them and they really feel like that bored in what they're doing. Maybe they could do long distance if it's necessary for them to explore. Maybe they feel like they're getting older and they've not ever lived in a city or something like that. Just
It
go.
is a tricky one because it does have loads of different variables involved. But from my taking of it is, he obviously doesn't like living where he is and being around whatever, and the partner is bored in his job. For me, my personal advice would be take the leap. Yes, you've got a good job and stuff. Maybe look for a similar job elsewhere in a
But no, the
city.
partner's got a good job.
No, that's what I mean. Like that partner, find another job elsewhere that's similar, and then make the leap. Because if he's bored,
No, I think
he's bored.
I get what you're saying with like a job in this economy, but money's not everything now.
It's not, but and I trust me, I do strongly believe in finding the job that you love.
Yeah.
It's what I did. I took a leap.
Yeah.
I quit a good job. You know, I worked for 10 years in hospitality, and then I just realised there's more to life.
But they do say
And
as
then
well,
became a
within
nurse.
5 to 7 years, you change your job anyway, because if you're in one place for so long, you know, it will eventually drive you mad. And that's how I see it, is like, I've not had a job for more than, I think, 7 years, yeah.
Yeah.
I changed my job. I mean, I'm not, if any of my employers are listening, I'm not going anywhere. I've just started.
His
a
name
job.
is Frank.
I've got at least 7 years on the clock, so you can be happy with that. But yeah, I firmly believe, like I said, money's not everything, and yeah,
Although you're saying like 7 years, you could be dead in 2 years.
Yeah.
exactly. So you do what makes you both happy.
So to summarise,
Because this is
we
a
have
long one.
no fucking
idea.
clue.
Right, yeah, but this has happened with literally everything that we've had written in this week.
But to be
We
fair,
are
Which is fine.
no help. If you are actually like, if you really, I don't think you should be listening to our advice.
to be fair, you've got what, especially here now, 4 people's opinions on one matter.
Yeah.
Rather than asking one person, they've got 4 going.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
true.
exactly.
And it's
You
not
know-
all the same.
Exactly. They may not agree.
We
with you,
play
they may
all
not agree
sides
with
of
you,
it as
whatever.
well.
So
It might help
these
them to
have
make their
been
minds up,
answered,
yeah.
but doesn't necessarily mean we all agree.
But I still stand by the comment. I
Oh,
don't think
go
you were
on.
any help. Communication. There we go. And there we have.
And we're listening
Yeah.
to you.
Yeah.
That's the most important. You've actually had a voice, and you've spoken
Yeah.
out, and actually you've taken the chance to do it.
Here's a good one that you can always just say. It's about finding the balance.
Oh, you see, you did this the last time you hosted the
It's about
episode.
finding the balance. isn't
Life
it?
is a roller coaster.
Stop bringing up rolling.
Life is a highway. I want to drive it all night long.
Yeah, can we just have like one final then like glossed over quote from each of us then?
But no, I mean, from
No, give us a quote.
Give us a quote.
Should we find this video, this porn video?
Yeah.
Inspirational quotes on them.
Not in front of my salad.
Yeah, just not with my salad. There you go.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah. Do
Not
what
in front
you
of our
want,
salad.
just not in front of
The
salad.
salad.
Yeah.
Cool. Should we do some plugs?
Yeah.
Okay.
go on.
So obviously, because this is in the Gooch.
In the Gooch of Christmas.
From a Pride point of view, planning has already started for Chester Pride 2023.
excited.
So
It literally starts though, like the week after Pride, doesn't it?
yeah, it does, but no, things are starting to feel a lot more real.
Yeah.
Because then it's like, oh, we only have like 8 months to get some of this
To get all of this done.
And so that's quite an exciting thing. And we'll obviously, as and when things are able to be announced, we will announce. And just keep guys posted on all the socials for Chester Pride, and we'll.
It is going to be an exciting year.
Very
legit.
exciting.
I'm so excited.
From what we've seen at the AGM and what we've got planned, it's going to be one of the biggest years we're going to face.
Yeah. And obviously we've still.
They're going to shoot me out of a cannon.
Oh my god!
Into some salad.
Obviously we've got the Rainbow Tea Rooms, which is doing absolutely fantastic.
It
Did you
is doing
see
so
as
good.
well that
Yeah,
the
I
Rainbow
know what you're going to say.
Yeah. So do you know they make the little Bridge Street and Lego
Yeah.
town?
Right.
The
In
Rainbow
the-
Tea Rooms have
Yeah.
been added onto it.
Oh.
But no, it's a very nice thing because it obviously means that.
So where is
It's
it?
lovely.
Doesn't it get it gets displayed, doesn't it? But the
Is it the cathedral? Because I know the cathedrals,
so, yeah.
the model of the cathedral's in
Yeah.
the cathedral. But yeah, we'll have to keep an eye.
Yeah, where is it now? It's been moved, doesn't
it's
it?
just a nice little.
Side note, I love Lego.
Wow. Okay.
That's Diana's.
And that's Diana's
confession. I love
Lego.
I love Lego.
Oh, did we
And
get
then
your,
your
we didn't get your
inspirational quote.
confession. We didn't
Diana
get a
once made a
confession.
dildo out of Lego.
Oh my god, that'd
Using
be
all the
so
really, really
painful.
hard pieces. Yeah.
So there's your inspirational quote as well. Play with Lego.
Play with Lego. Up the bum, no babies.
Oh, also, just from the
Build your
last
dreams.
episode, you finally got the Pokemon game.
Yeah,
How
I
is
did.
it?
Yeah.
How is it?
Oh, it's great. Oh, I did do this really stupid thing where, like, when I started playing it, because I used to play all the old Pokemon games, and if you did something wrong, like you killed a legendary or like you absolutely failed at something, you could just like soft
again.
reset the game. Yeah, you'd turn it off and then turn it back on, and you'd be back. So I turned off automatic saves, and then I played for an entire 24 hours. And then I went on the internet with it at some point, and the game like kicked me off and stuff. So I had to get back on it and start way back where.
You still
I
need
was
to speak to my
before.
husband. He's like a mega. Well, he's a game streamer, but he's mega. He's got like stacks and stacks of cards. He's got one card. I'll tell you. Sorry, He's got one card. I played hell with him. Until I found out, and he turned around. He said, "I've got a new card coming." He said, "I spent £130 on this one card." I then found out it's worth 25,000.
It's fake.
Yeah.
I thought you were going to say, and then found out it was worth 20p.
No, it's worth £25,000.
So you're going to have a lovely Christmas then.
No, he won't sell it. He's keeping hold of it because it increases.
No, you'll sell it when he dies.
Yeah.
So
he's 21
You're
years
selling
younger
when you
than
got middle to You're selling when you got middle.
Well, you'll push him off a boat.
Exercises, yeah.
Just to get back on. Sorry,
go on.
Just to get back on topic. At this point of recording, the food bank drive has now finished.
Yes, and I'm sure that the numbers are great, hopefully. And it's been a tough time for everybody.
Well, just looking in the tea room, like there's so much stuff.
Yeah, and all of that will be matched by
Yeah.
as well. So thank you to everybody.
Yeah,
who
thank you so
supported
much.
with
Yeah.
feedback.
We hope you had a great Christmas dinner. And
Oh, yeah. Stuff that
Should we finish it there before these two get out of hand?
No, yeah. Right, you can finish your conversation.
Who likes
about
two
this
little
part.
pigs in blankets?
Okay, I'm stopping this recording now. Bye, y'all.
Have a
Bye,
good
bye,
New
y'all.
Year.
Bye.
Y'all.
Do not forget you can reach out to us or send in your dilemmas via email pridecast@chesterpride.co.uk. You can drop us a DM on Twitter @ch1pride or send us a message anonymously via our Curious Cat found on our Twitter. Chester Pridecast is produced by Studio 30,000.